Aloha, welcome back to the Kamehameha School Song Contest. We are down here on the floor with a few of the freshmen, Kavehi, Brianna, and Daphne. How did it feel, your debut?
Considering it was our first year and we're still trying to get used to this experience, I think our class put a lot of time and effort into our piece, and it really showed in our performance.
I think so too. Got a lot of people happy about that tonight. It's all about seafaring and voyaging. Do you have any experience with that?
I personally don't have any experience with it, but I do like surfing. So it's kind of like my connection to the ocean and just the whole idea of just being one with the sea.
That's it. Everybody finds their own way to connect. And how about you? How has this whole experience of Song Contest changed you?
I feel like Song Contest was like a great experience because although we're freshmen, I think we tried our best and it was way worth it because we did our best, and I'm proud of our class.
Well, we're all proud of you. Way to go, ladies. Manu, I'll sing things up to you for a very special interview. No, I'll take that back. We'll take a short break and then back to Manu. Aloha.
Monster, up close and personal, dancing with you and your family.
Okay, 2 words. Mind blown.
It's Sesame Street Live, like you've never experienced it before.
Let's dance!
Sesame Street Live's Let's Dance, playing Blaisdell Center July 10th through 19th. Tickets on sale now.
For years, the NFL has hidden the fact that helmets cause more damage than they prevent. My name is Lindsay Wilbur, and I'm the daughter of former NFL lineman John Wilbur. My dad suffered from dementia and from hits on the head he got playing football. We can learn from what happened to my family and make the game safer. If you or somebody that you know has suffered a sports-related concussion, please contact me.
Salt and pepper, you tell people to push it.
Push it real good.
It's what you do. If you want to save 15% or more on car insurance, you switch to Geico. It's what you do.
I'm pushing it real good.
Get away and play with the people who matter most. Find smiles in every corner of our island. Take the path less traveled and discover Hawaii's hidden treasures. And when all is said and done, take away something big. Enjoy countless adventures with your Kama'aina car rental company. Call us or visit budget.com for reservations. Memories included.
And we're back. Aloha and welcome to the floor again here at Kamehameha School Song Contest. What a treat to be joined here by the overall judge, Chad Paishon. You, sir, are a master navigator, a pole navigator. It's PWO, a Micronesian word. Tell us what that means.
Well, it was a term that was given to Mao when he graduated at really 17 to be a master navigator, as he was raised in the tradition. And as Mao came to Hawaii and shared his knowledge with all of us, he graduated 5 of us, Nainoa Thompson, Shorty Bertelman, Bruce Blankenfield, Kalepa Babayan, and myself in 2007 when we sailed him home. And it's really, pole was to feed your people in that sense of continuing to sustain them and give them those things and passing on of your knowledge. So it's really a responsibility that Mao gave to us to ensure that what he shared with us would continue far past him. So it was a great gift, but a great responsibility at the same time.
Yeah, well said. You spent much of your life on the ocean.
Correct.
Sailing all around the Pacific. What is it like for you to be here tonight and to see all these young Haumana singing about what you have lived?
It touches you to the heart. You know, Mao would always liken it to us making happy. You know, that we would always gather to sing, but hearing these songs coming from this next generation, you know, I'm from the generation when there were no canoes, and these young men and women grow up in the generation that there are voyaging canoes again. But it takes at least me back to all of those places and those people and everyone that shared their knowledge with us early on in the voyaging family and has allowed Hokulea to be where she is now.
And yeah, let's talk about that. I mean, the future, how incredible. They're going around the world, and you get the feeling with these many people invested in that. This is just the start of something new.
It is. You know, it's just beginning to blossom again. It's beginning to grow, and with Hokulea sailing around the world, it's really having all of us remember that we're all connected. That whether we're in school, whether we're in our community, within our families, and communities throughout the world, that we share in this sense of caring for these places that we call home. So it's a great way to stay connected to everyone.
Yeah, for sure. And finally, what about you? What's next?
Well, next I head back to Aotearoa in a couple of weeks to get back on board Hokulea and take her from Auckland up to Aurere, where we have a departing ceremony before the canoe heads to Australia and continuing west.
You get to tell them all the stories about Song Contest.
There you go. I will.
Please take them all of our love, and best of luck to you and the crew.
Thank you, my friend.
Chad Paishon, overall judge and Poe Navigator. What a pleasure. Manu, I'll send things up to you.
Mahalo Keahi and Chad, and I'm sitting here with this handsome Hawaiian man, Julian Keikilani Ako, and he is the Po'okumu, or the principal of Kamehameha School's Kapalama High School Division. Pehe oi Keikilani.
Oia mauno mahalo.
How do you, so what are your feelings? You from being a student at Kamehameha, being an employee, now retiring this year as a high school principal. What's going through your mind?
Well, I'm feeling kind of overwhelmed right now, Manu. I'm very, very proud of our students and their performances tonight. And of course, some sadness in my heart as, you know, I prepare to retire after having been Po'okumu for 10 years and with the schools for 35 years.
You know, Julian is very, very talented. He's my hula brother also. We danced together for many years in Halau. And but now that you're in this particular juncture, looking for what would you like to see for Kamehameha Schools overall in the coming years at direction?
Well, you know, I've always been aware of what the mission of our school is, which is to improve the capability and well-being of our Native Hawaiian people. But what I've come to realize over the years is that it's not about individual Hawaiians, it's about the whole Lahui and the well-being of the whole Lahui. And very importantly, we cannot, in my view, speak about the well-being of our people without restoring the vibrancy of the culture and the language. And so it is my hope that as Kamehameha goes into the future, it will accept a larger kuleana, particularly for our beloved language, Aloha Hawaii.
These are changing times at Kamehameha Schools and change for the good. I think we saw in the pre-show today the connection between Hawaii and all of our ohana in the Pacific. It makes our Hawaiian youth so much stronger and so much more, you know, a good, strong Hawaiian Pacific identity.
Yeah, you know, I had an opportunity to travel with the students to Aotearoa in November. Right. And I know that that experience was very, very profound in terms of its impact on the students and how they think about themselves and how they think about our people. So it's very, very gratifying to see that happen.
Yeah, I think we have a great horizon ahead of us for Kamehameha Schools. But again, with Julian Keikilani Ako retiring after this school year, so you're not done quite yet. You gotta get to the office after spring break.
Exactly. Yeah.
Awesome. We're gonna head over to Keahi at this time.
Mahalo Manu, mahalo Principal Ako, and it is intermission time here at the Blaisdell, giving all of our friends a chance to stretch their legs and take a little break. We are moments away from tonight's Ho'ike performance, Mai Kahiki Mai. Here's a preview.
We are an ocean-going people. This year's Song Contest Ho'ike pays tribute to the seafaring legacy of our Polynesian ancestors. who explored and settled most of the Pacific by 1200 AD. Upon Va'akaulua, double-hulled voyaging canoes, our ancestors transported people, landscapes, ideas, and aspirations as they traversed the largest body of water on Earth at will. Their ancestral intelligence and ingenuity was reborn and embodied in the hokule'a, a 20th century replica of a traditional voyaging canoe. In 1976, hokule'a successfully sailed to Tahiti and back, relying only on direct observation of the sea and sky. Today, hokule'a has sailed more than 150,000 nautical miles, a distance greater than 7 times around the Earth, reconnecting us to Kahiki, our Polynesian homeland, and inspiring people of all ages and cultures around the world.
Experience Hawaii's past in the present. Oahu's Waimea Valley calls you to reconnect. Waimea Valley is a rich and culturally significant vahipana, or storied place, that embraces a world-class botanical garden. Come visit our newly restored kauhale, an historical site believed to have been occupied by families of high rank centuries ago. Our kauhale at Waimea Valley is one of a kind, a special place to engage in Hawaiian culture. Reconnect at Oahu's Waimea Valley.
Did you know the most searched auto brand on Google is Ford?
Can't get better than that.
Would it surprise you to learn that Ford is America's best-selling brand?
You called me, you were like, I found my car.
But what's really interesting, more people stay with Ford than any other brand.
I personally fell in love with the car.
I don't know if I'll ever not buy a Ford.
Most searched, most purchased, most loyal.
I don't have time to drive something I don't love.
Now lease a new Fusion for $159 per month. Just $159 per month. See your Hawaii Ford dealer right away.
Yeah, well, I'm a big supporter of the Kidney Foundation. I have a very dear friend who actually went through a very successful transplant, and his life has been completely changed because of a very generous donor.
1 out of 9 people in Hawaii have that disease.
Visit kidneyhi.org or call today to speak with a living donor.
Love your kidneys.
End the wait.
You'll never know whose life you're going to save.
Aloha, everybody. Welcome back. It is Intermission here at the Blaisdell Arena, and everybody's having a good old time, especially online.
Absolutely.
I tell you what, Twitter is blowing up, as they say, with alumni just chiming in about who they like. A lot of folks going for Oma'o, green. Seniors are sounding pretty good, and also Ula Ula.
The freshman class, excellent. I want to send a shout out to some alumni friends who are having a little pa'ina this evening in Kaka'ako. And the party's being hosted by the alumni office, but it's also bringing together some former student directors who are McGregor Award winners.
Oh, yeah.
Garrett Cam and Monty McCumber, and they're having fun in Kaka'ako. So aloha nui a'oko malila. The competition this evening, I think, has been really outstanding. I think every performance was a good one. It's amazing to me in the men's competition, the men, including the freshmen, the boys section of that arrangement, they all sound really mature.
Right.
But the men's competition, beautiful songs, of course, Napea o Hokulea, Roland Casimiro and Keli'i Tau'a's composition. And then the girls were all of them very soft and beautiful. But I think in just recalling the senior class, Oma'o, green, something about that years of experience that give them the ability to, to really add color and flavor to the songs, more than just music, it's interpretation, and they did a beautiful job.
And you've got to give them credit for picking a fantastic song.
Yeah.
I mean, it's so nuanced and layered, and there are different parts to it. To make it all work takes a lot of effort.
You know, this is, I'm not sure if people realize that this is not just select students in high school, this is every single student, and trust me, not everybody knows how to sing.
Right.
I didn't have very good pitch when I was in high school, but I think what you see here is the collective effort and strong leadership.
Yeah. Right, because they find ways to bring out the strengths in the students who have that talent, and to take the students who might not, but still find a place for them in the overall mix.
You know, it's funny, you were talking to Chad Paishan earlier, the overall judge this evening, and I actually went to high school the same time as Chad. In fact, he's a year younger than me. And I remember him in Ho'ike when he was a senior, I believe. It was a year after I graduated. And then talking to Principal Julian Ako, Po'okumu, and seeing all of the ohana here, the families, the kupuna, the grandparents, the anake and anakala, the aunties and uncles, and ho'ahanau, the cousins. It really is a tradition, and me and this guy, we've been doing this for a while now.
A few years, yeah. That's really the magic of song contest. Honestly,
is it really?
Just everybody.
Well, it's not us.
No, not us.
No,
we are not the magic. It's everybody around us.
Yeah.
And, you're talking about the alumni getting together, and that is something so special about Kamehameha.
Yep.
No matter where you go in life, you have that common thread, that experience of song contest. And what was your song, and how did you place? What awards went out for you guys? And the shared songs, you know, on and on. It's something special that it isn't anywhere else in the world or Hawaii.
You know, for the old timers and for all of our alumni out there who remember the old songs by Charles E. King, including Imua Kamehameha and Kamehameha Waltz, those are going to be sung at this time in the competition. And this is non-competitive, but this really brings back that old musical spirit of Kamehameha schools.
You know, you were a child when the Hokulea came in to Kualoa.
I was.
Yeah? You remember that
I
still?
do.
It stands out in your life?
1975, I was a young student at Kamehameha schools.
Looks like we're getting back on track here with the combined class songs. Imua Kamehameha.
Imua Kamehameha, the school fight song, followed by Kamehameha Waltz, and both songs will be led by senior Kalena Mack. And I think these songs, especially for our old-timer alumni ohana out there, these songs will be really enjoyed.
This is the time when everybody stand up and start singing along at home, right?
That's right.
Kalena is the daughter of Jonathan Mack of Waimalu, Oahu.
beautiful songs by Charles E. King, a member of the first graduating class of the Kamehameha School for Boys, recalling the old campus at Kaivi'ula, which is now the location of Bishop Museum, and the beautiful kiave trees that swayed in the breeze.
You are a walking encyclopedia, Manu. Very nice. Well, there's a lot of excitement in the room right now. Leading up to this moment, looks like that moment has arrived. It's time for the much anticipated Ho'ike performance, Mai Kahikimai, a student showcase of mele and hula.
This evening's Ho'ike Mele emphasized the spectacular elements of embarking on a voyage by sea in the tradition of our Polynesian ancestors.